Heritage Sports Podcast. And as you all have seen, the Buffaloes had their first team meeting this week to start the spring semester going into spring ball. I want to say that my initial impressions of the meeting was, it was just an introduction into each and every one of their coaches' personalities and what they expect to bring. But the most important thing that I saw out of that whole meeting was the players that were there. There were a lot of transfers, a lot. And we're going to go over each and every transfer, as our count is 37 transfers on campus that day. Will the 37 be there in the summer, in the fall? We'll see. Will they add on to that? It seems to be that way. And I'll also, at the end of this video, give you an update on everything I have on Shilo Sanders. Because one person I did not see at the meeting, I could have missed him, was Shilo. One person that has not shown up on a list that I'm going to show you all is Shilo. But let me start with what we do know, okay? So the Monday meeting, put all these stories in the atmosphere about what's happening. So Deion Sanders has brought more transfers to Colorado than the last 2 years combined. And that was apparent. And from what reports are saying, he is looking along, well, he's told his athletic director, Rick George, he wants to follow the 40-40-20 model to roster building. And that means 40 undergrad transfers, 40 grad transfers, and 20 new recruits, meaning high school seniors that are now freshmen or redshirt freshmen on the team. So from our impressions, 37 transfers is a lot, but it'll grow more and more. And the freshmen on the team will be minute. He's talked about that. He says he wants, in that meeting, he kept asking guys, why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? When? When now? When now? And that's what I was getting at. My initial impressions over the meeting was the expectation was we don't have time to wait. In the fall, we have big games and we expect to win now. So we asked every one of those transfers, why did you come to Colorado? They don't want to play around whatever program they're from, which we're going to go over in a second. They want to not only win now, they want to play now, and they want that championship. So it's a tall order. It really is. We'll see how it goes, for the Buffaloes in the fall. But I want to go over the transfers that are there already. So in the meeting room, there was Kendrick Breedlove. He came from Ole Miss. He was a cornerback, now at Colorado. Jordan Dominic. He was He was a senior, and from my understanding, he's an edge rusher linebacker. He came from Arkansas, from the SEC. Taylor Upshaw. He is an edge rusher as well. Came from Michigan. Kavosey Smoke. He's a running back. He was at University of Kentucky. You see a theme? Big programs, big conferences, people that are not afraid to play in front of big crowds. They either, whatever reason, did not play or did not play to what their expectation was, and now they're at Colorado and they went to big programs and they want to win now. So I want to break that up and let y'all know this is what we're seeing on the transfer portal. A lot of big school kids, and this is exactly what you should expect. Deion's not messing around with any college freshmen. I feel that it's almost like NBA free agency with teams that want to win. They care nothing about draft picks. You look at, the Lakers from a few years ago, or just one of those dynasty teams that come about as far as the Miami Heat go or the Boston Celtics. They brought free agents in, had them transfer, trade, whatever you want to call it, to win now. All right, let's keep going. Miles Slusher, he's a safety from Arkansas. Yusuf Margabal, he's an offensive tackle, came from the University of Florida, another SEC school. Jace Feely, he's going to compete with my man Matta, came from Arizona State. Hope he gets, Arizona State sucked last year, but he may have some insight to help them in their game against Arizona State when they play them. Then we have Maddox Kopp. He actually transferred out of Colorado. Tavion Beasley is the next person I want to talk about. Cornerback, came from Jackson State. He's ready to go. They know what he was about. Jeremiah Brown, big linebacker out of Florida. He came from Jackson State. My man Matta went from Jackson State to Colorado. Mark Vassett, punter, Louisville Cardinal, going to Colorado. Shedeur Sanders, a tight end out of Arkansas State. Arkansas State puts out good skilled players every year. Whether linebackers, tight ends, wide receivers, it doesn't matter. He's going to be ready to play. Jimmy Horn Jr. out of University of South Florida. He might have stayed if Prime took that South Florida job. Cameron Silman. You've seen him on a few what do you call that? YouTube videos that they're independently put out. He came from Jackson State. Marshawn Nealon. He's an edge rusher. Came from Western Michigan. Good program. Tyler Brown. You've seen him all over those videos that Coach Prime and his kids put out. He is a interior offensive lineman. 6'3", 320, big kid, Jackson State. Of course, everyone knows who Travis Hunter is. Right there, he came from Jackson State with Prime, and he said, I'm bringing my bags with me. He's a part of the Louis collection. All right. Shedeur Sanders. Everyone knows that Heisman candidate. We'll see how it goes. 6'1", 198. I think he's a little bit taller. He came from Jackson State and can absolutely throw the ball. Let's see. Landon Beebe from Webb City, Missouri. I'm not familiar with this logo here. He's a transfer from Missouri State. He's going to be right there with Bill O'Boyle, Coach O'Boyle, and getting those guys coached up. Next, we have Shandon Cokes. He's from Dartmouth, edge rusher, 6'4", 220. Next, we have Savion Washington. Came over with Kent State with Sean, the offensive coordinator, Sean Lewis, 6'8", 340, big kid. He's going to be protecting a lot of folks out there in Colorado. Lavonta Bentley, Clemson, 6', 220. You've seen him on a few music videos. He likes his music. Apparently likes to hit people too. He's going to be part of the coalition. Taj Alston, edge rusher, came from West Virginia, 6'5", 233. You're not going to be playing around on the edge. He's going to be able to bat some balls down too, being that tall. Got Champion Johnson, love his name, running back, Cal Berkeley. Let's see. We got Maurice Bellstein. And that was the end of the transfer portal that we could tell in the room there. There could be people I missed, but from what reports are saying, there were 37 transfers in that room. They are wanting and putting that impression on the kids. If there was ever a model or a creed, a motto that came out of that meeting was, we winning now, win now, we coming. So it was a very interesting dynamic to see, coach after coach repeat that. That's definitely a theme that they wrote on the board in their coaches' meetings and went out and told them for us to see. Now, it was great bringing us behind the curtain. Now the real work begins, whether that's studying, whether that's getting in spring ball, whether that's going to the fall. So I feel that by the time the fall hits and the following season, if they are really intended on being here for the long term, it's going to be all transfers. You're not going to see a lot of high-end recruits. And as promised, I'm going to give you the update on Shilo Sanders. So from what we saw on the Colorado Buffaloes signing transfer page on 3, of all the transfers that were there at the meeting, we looked at the videos and looked at it. It is apparent Shilo Sanders is not on the Colorado football team as of this time. So, you could see that, yeah, sure, he's going out to Colorado. He's made a move primarily out there. But from our understanding, from what we know right now, Shilo Sanders is not on the Colorado Buffalo team. I would not see him. I don't anticipate seeing him in the spring for their football team. Now, well, that could change over the summer. That could change in the fall. But from what we can see, he is not on the football team whatsoever. Is he taking a break from football? Is he going to go to another school? That's not yet to be determined, but I'm going to let you know what we did find out through great research and talking to our sources. He's actually finishing his degree in Jackson State. So he is graduating from Jackson State in the spring. So instead of transferring all those credits and having to miss one class or the other, he's going to graduate from Jackson State in the spring and be a graduate transfer. It is rumored is 100% he's going to be at Colorado once he gets his degree and maybe get his master's degree or enroll in a master's program or a second undergrad, a post-grad degree at the University of Colorado. However, what does that mean for his football career? No one knows. Could he still go to another school? Yes. Could he actually be a Colorado Buffalo and play? Yes. But will he? It's going to be really interesting to see in the fall and see how that works out. But as of right now, you can go on their website and check it yourself. The rosters aren't all the way up, but the transfer signing rosters are up on their website. It's not there. You can see all the coaches that were there and the support staff and all that great stuff. That's up for your view. But the players that signed, that are transferred, that are on campus in spring of 2023 is up there, and Shilo Sanders' name is not there. So that's our best estimate. That's from what we've been able to research and talk to contacts about his current status. So it's something to monitor, and I told you all I bring it straight to you. Until next time, Heritage Sports.